Good afternoon. Well, it's 5 to noon. It might as well be afternoon. Good day to everybody. Good afternoon. Good week. Good month to everybody. Hope you're all feeling good and well. This is 12 noon. It's about 4 minutes to at the minute. 4 minutes to noon. So we'll just welcome some people in. Say hello to you lot if you're on a catch up, and get some live people, some real life people attending this 12 noon session for our midday moves. It's always the same, isn't it, Kathy? You're getting ready and then everybody wants you. Just had a knock at the door. My dad just called. All sorts. Kathy, I've just got a notification that you want to join the live as well. I'm not going to go there. No, you might want to join the live, but I've got the floor. I've got this, all right? Maddie's just arrived as well. Hello, you. Ken Green's arrived. So we've got the north, the south, split there. We've got Carolyn who's just come in. Hey, up, I'm heading to Gateshead soon. At the end of the month, I think. About 4 weeks from now. Thanks, Ken. I got rather fed up of looking myself. When I just watched video after video of just me. I've had a Kelsey overload today. So I thought I'd just take a few snaps of the bits of the gurns that a pause put me in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the welcome message. Kathy doesn't want to join the live video, do you? I didn't think so. Actually, I'm not really sure what would happen if I pressed OK. So maybe Bex, myself and Dave need to do a little bit of a test on that. I'm feeling quite smug with myself, to be honest, movement snackers. Tomorrow it's Saturday, and my husband and I get the occasional turn with the corporate tickets that his work have. So we were going to the Leicester Leeds game anyway, but I've managed to acquire 4 free tickets from our football club. Here we go. There they are. So I've reprogrammed myself into smug mode at the moment. So that should be good and fun, but I won't see you tomorrow. Bex is picking up. Oh, Bex might be on a triple trio tomorrow. You've got a double Dave today. And I'm back home. Yes, I am back home. So yeah, all is well in the Leverton household. There's a couple of messy bedrooms though, but that's what you expect, isn't it? I think from a couple of teenage girls, or might as well be teenager. Willow is anyway. Right, let's say hello to a few more of you. Vivian Dickinson and Paul is probably there with you. Housework done this morning. Gillian with a J is in. It's sunny in Port Talbot now I've left, is it? Typical. Gillian with a Matthews. Gillian with a G is here as well. I am home safely. It was about 7:30 when I got in last night. So not too bad. It could have been much later, couldn't it, from a trek from Port Talbot. And I'm actually really confused because I think it was Friday yesterday. Because normally if I work away, I do Thursday, Friday, not Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm on Saturday already today. How confusing. Right, anyway, back to the movement plot. Here is your 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon and welcome. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton from Later Life Training. This is your noontime movement snack. The most varied of all of the movement snacks that we do. There's so many bits and pieces, strength, balance, upwards, downwards movement, twisting, turning movement, lifting, lowering type movements that we can include here. And it's all good stuff, of course. Today is Friday, the 4th of March 2022. And let's get stuck into our circulation booster. because Sandra says it's a cold day, so we need to warm up. Okay, Sandra. Right, off we go. Right, so I'm not in typical Later Life training uniform today. I'm going for a bit of a knee treatment in a bit, so wish me luck. You might hear me scream. It's never very pleasant or relaxing, but it will do me some good. As lots of things do. Lifting up tall, lengthening posture, take up some support if you're in standing, and start your foot pedals. Just shifting your weight, transferring the weight a little bit from right side and left side. You can bring that into a leg march whenever you feel right. In seated, there's just a little bit of adjustment that we need to make, especially if you're all the way back in your chair. So sit up and activate posture, and then do a little bit of lifting and shifting so that you're moving your bottom forwards in the chair. Once you're there, foot pedals, off you go. Find your own rhythm and speed with this circulation boosting activity. Make it fluid and flowing, but not too fast and choppy, and not too kind of slow and robotic. Just somewhere in the middle is the sweet spot for circulation boosting, and it does just that. Your blood will be moving a little bit faster around your body. Now we're moving a little bit more. That will be warming you up. Just this steady paced movement will start to warm up your muscles and your joints. Top half isn't up to much at the moment, so let's get it active. So bend at the elbow and then drive the elbow back. And the arm is quite close to the body there. Now the one arm diversion might be what you prefer, because you need to keep a point on your external support for your balance. If you do feel steady though, and your coordination's working with you, you can get both arms into the mix, and that goes for seated as well. Now just in seated, really focusing on the landing down of the heel so that you're not tiptoeing or kind of seesawing backwards. So bring your weight forwards and upwards onto your bum bones rather than your tailbone, if that makes sense. That way the lower part of your back is a bit more lengthened and less curved around. Keep going, you should feel the build of warmth now. Try and drive the elbows perhaps that little bit further back to get a bit more out of your arm and shoulder movement. Maybe, possibly, even pick up the knees that little bit higher, working a bit more into hips and knees and ankles. Okay, so should have gave you a tea towel warning, shouldn't I, at the beginning? If you've got anything, if you want to take a little walk through to anywhere and do a little bit of on-the-go circulation boosting, then please do as you retrieve your tea towel, maybe something off the radiator, or if you've got a stretchy band to hand, you could use this as well. Right, take a pause there with your circulation boosting. Your breathing rate has just gone up a little bit, but you shouldn't feel too out of puff. This is low level, manageable, fluid, continuous movement that gives us the desired outcome of just feeling that bit warmer and breathing a little bit deeper. Now we're going to go into seated if you've been in standing throughout the circulation booster. We're going to go into seated and we're going to do a little bit of outer thigh work, either with the band or with your tea towel. It doesn't matter which one. We can provide our thighs with a little bit of resistance to work against using whatever bit of equipment we have there. So come down into seated and hip walk forwards if you've found yourself a little bit further back towards the seat. Now just before we set off into this opening and closing position with the knees, let's do some opening and closing with the knee and a stepping action. So sit up tall and then step out to the side and then step back into around hip distance and then go to the other way. Keep going with that. I'm just going to move my chair backwards. I think my feet are just tipping out of screen there. So hip distance, picking up and placing down. Picking up the knee, not too high, but being careful, well, not careful, not to roll backwards. Try and lift the knee, land the feet. Can you see that toes, ball, heel? Feel it a little bit around the hip flexors, front of hips, in other words. Couple more. So practical stepping actions there. If you've got your tea towel, you might want to just roll it up a little bit. Get it to a taut position. Wrap it around the side of your thighs and secure it there with your hands. Or you can scoop it underneath your thighs and kind of pull it round so that you've got your fists resting on top of your thigh. It's up to you. See what feels best for you. And if you've got your band, which is typically that little bit longer, you can probably, oh, this is cold on my skin, wrap it around and secure it down like that. So when we move our knees wider, you're pressing against the band or your hands securing the tea towel. Now have a look down at your feet. Are they staying planted and flat? If they're rolling at all, it might be that your feet are a bit too close together, so take them that bit wider. Sit tall and then press the knees. Now with the band, you can see I'm able to stretch the band. However, if you're working with a tea towel, it hasn't got much stretchiness to it. So there might not be so much movement if you're using something that's not got much stretchability to it. So press, resist. You'll get some grip work going on if you've got the tea towel as well. Some grip and some arm static muscle contractions there to fix the tea towel in place. So actually with this version, you're actually getting a little bit more muscular activity within the top half of your body than you are by using a stretchy band. So there's pros and cons, of course. I'm just going to do a few more here. That's it. Let's get these legs tied up sufficiently. And moving out, moving in, sitting tall. Whoop. Hope that wasn't your trouser elastic. And you should feel right on the outside of your hips a little bit of work, a bit of fatigue, a bit of ache, maybe a bit of a burning sensation as well as the muscles contract, work against that resistance. They support your hips, your hip bones do your hip muscles, and they support you when you're walking and standing, and especially standing on one leg, which we do quite a bit on in movement snacks. Right, just do maybe one or two more of those and then take a little rest. Untie. Oh, the cat's just nearly got run over. Just don't look, just don't look. Right, now in standing, we're going to move into a little bit of what we've termed in football training. This is open the gate and close the gate. This is a bit of a balance challenge as well. So make sure that your standing leg is close to your support. You will need a bit of room for your knee to move here. And then just lift your foot away from the floor like that. And we're going to lift the knee, open the gate, and then close the gate. You might want to have a little rest in between one or two of those, so to offload the standing leg. But come onto the toes there first, lift the knee, take the hip out to the side, feel it open up there, and then close the gate. We can do that in seated. Support your upper body, because sometimes when the knee starts lifting up, we can start sinking and rolling down. So a bit of support for your upper body. Lift, open, we're going a little bit wider this time, and then back through. You can alternate sides here. Now, earlier we did a smaller little step, didn't we, to the side? But this is a exaggerated, wider position of your knee. Come back to the centre. All working around the movement of your hip. And this we get into and out of cars, benches, booths at some restaurants or diners. From a standing position, we are replicating the same kind of move. We may need to step over something and stand on one leg, balance on one leg as we do that. You can have your support in front of you by all means, if you've got enough space for your knee. Changing on to the other side then in standing. Get that stance correct with the underneath leg. Knee slightly soft. Hang on. Leg just slightly in front of you. Lift, open, just toes down, lift, close, and then reset in between. You might be able to stand on that standing leg for 2 or 3 of these. There's a couple before you need to just even out your weight in between. So it's all about getting the leg out, getting the leg back in, opening the hips, returning back to that normal, natural hip distance position that we walk from and stand in and so on. Right, what we're going to do next, let's look at a few wide position knee bends. This could be, for you in seated, a wide position jockey lift. It's up to you. Have a look at it first, see what you think. So we've just kind of taken our hips into more opening out positions. So let's do that again. Go a bit wider. And rather than keep your toes forwards, 10 to 2. Knees are following, hips are opening. Take up some support if you need to. And then take a bend through the knees. And as you bend, you will lean forwards a little bit. And from the side, look, you can see you're kind of going down into, I'm going to sit on a chair position and then stand up. If it helps, have the chair behind you. And then you can try and find your bottom to the chair. Try and keep your weight evenly over both legs. Sitting your bum back. I've got a bit of support here. You might keep on with your support as well. It's up to you. In seated then, we can progressively start to move our feet a little bit wider. So if you want to do 1 or 2 jockey lifts from legs parallel, feet parallel, tuck your feet back, hands onto the side of the seat and just a little boost up there. If you find it a struggle to boost and get lift off from your bum and the chair, then just pushing through and digging and pressing your feet into the floor. Switch all these important muscles in the thighs on anyway. So have a go at that if that boost you need to work towards. Let's go a tiny bit wider. Heels are still tucked back fractionally. Bring your weight forwards, feel the engagement of those thigh muscles and then boost it up if you can. I've got hands on thighs, you might have hands on side of chair. Feel those muscles work. A little bit wider you could go. Might be difficult to put hands on side of chair here, but see how you feel. Press, press, press. I need to bring my heels a bit further back. Press through the thighs, boost through the thighs if you can. I'm going to work my way back in now. Go from wide, little boost if you can, a little bit narrower. Heels are still tucked back. Little boost or just a real significant press of those feet into the floor to switch on those thigh muscles. Okay, so in standing, the last couple that you do, you might want to start reaching down towards the floor. So you've got a small way down to pick up items. You go a little bit further. This is when we get to picking up stuff right from the floor, that little bit of progressiveness going down. Down might be good, up might be a bit more tricky, so go as far as you feel comfortable on all of these knee bends, and it might have something to do with what your joints are telling you as well. Your gauge, your movement snack, done to your level. Okay, that's us done. Oh, I did feel that on my legs actually a little bit. Yeah, fingers crossed, Carol. I'm slightly not looking forwards to my knee treatment, but I slightly am looking forwards to my knee treatment. If you hear a few yowls from wherever you are, that'll be me. And yeah, I'll be seeing you, not tomorrow, but I'll see you on Sunday. I should be good to go on Sunday. It's Neve's birthday. She's got a match in the morning. Willow's got a match in the afternoon. And we've got a noontime snack to do at noon. So I'll see you there on Sunday. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. Hello, my mate Kate. Not seen you for ages. Lots of love. See you all soon. Tatsy bye.